David is an Arsenal fan. Lee is a Manchester City fan. Let's start with Lee, the Manchester City fan. You must be excited about the prospect of taking on Real Madrid again after what happened last year.
Yeah, I think that part of the draw, I don't think it holds. I mean, obviously, they're always going to be a difficult team to beat, the pedigree in the Champions League, but that side of that part of it doesn't hold much for us. We've kind of watched that path last season. I think they'll be more concerned about us than we will be them, given what happened this year. And I'm okay with that.
Lee, I'm going to leave you there because you sound literally like you've swallowed your own phone. David, hello. You're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, hi, great show. I'm really excited about the draw. Like, at the end of the day, Arsenal came back into the Champions League to play the best, and we've got to do it the hard way. I know we're going to win it, but we've got to do it the hard way now.
You know you're going to win it? What, the whole thing?
Yeah, we're going to win it. We're going to win it. We're going to win. I'm expecting a double this season because, and I don't see the draw hasn't changed my mind in that opinion because Harry Kane's coming back to North London. We're going to carry on the curse of Harry Kane with the trophy drought, and then we're going to go on to play Real Madrid in the semis, and then we'll spoil Mbappe's leaving to Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, stay there. Stay there because Lee's a
that.
Manchester City fan. David, the Arsenal fan. Lee, I know you're back now and we've got your line a little bit better. David thinks that they'll play Real Madrid in the next round of the competition. Have you got your lips being licked for a possible battle of the Premier League in the semi-finals?
Well, I definitely don't think that we're going to be knocked out by Real Madrid. I think what we did to them last season, I think it'll be more of a concern for them than it will be for us. Will be that tie. If I'm 100% honest, I don't want to meet Arsenal in the semi-final, but that's because of City's history with playing English teams in the Champions League. Has not gone well for us in recent years, and we beat Bayern last year on the way to the final as well. So I think if we were to, there's a lot of symmetry there. I wouldn't be particularly worried about it, but it does. You'd want an encounter it'd be in a semi-final with Arsenal with so much on the line, potentially also with the league also being, with Liverpool in there as well. It would be huge, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would be some night, that's for sure. Martin Keown is here. David was very optimistic about the idea of Arsenal going through against Bayern Munich. Are you?
I like being confident. I think I prefer to take one game at a time. So let's just...
They're going to win the whole thing,
Let's take on the mighty
expecting
Bayern
a double.
Munich. Yeah, but let's wait and see. But you've got to beat Bayern Munich first. In fact, we've got a very nice big game coming up against Man City next time round in the Premier League after the England get-together or the internationals. So, no, lots to look forward to from an Arsenal player. That's what you're in the game for. You've got to love these moments. You've got to embrace it. And maybe something spectacular could happen for Arsenal.
03717 22 33 Thank you, David. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that. Jamie is an Arsenal fan. We'll get him on in just a second. Jamie, hello. Welcome to the programme.
Hello, thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate your call. What do you want to say?
Just wanted to say I'm sort of confident I think we can get through Bayern Munich, but I feel on the same way as the Man City fan. I don't really want to have to face them, but I do think they're going to have a tougher time against Real Madrid because there's a certain young Englishman playing for Real Madrid now who has, transformed Real Madrid this season. And I do feel it's going to be a battle of the Titans, that clash. So I'm sort of glad we missed them, but I am glad in a way we're on the harder side of the draw because I think the final is a bigger day. You get more nerves, and having two games to beat someone is better, I think, than having a final, where you had to maybe face Real Madrid or Man City. So I do think, having a chance against City or Real Madrid would be great, but we know what Bayern Munich can do on their day. They did it to us a few times in the past. But it's a great time to get our own back on them, and also having Harry Kane there would be great to have him without a trophy. I know it sounds a bit petty, but having him leave without a trophy would be great. If only Martin can put his boots on and get on the bench for us, that would be fantastic as well.
Do you know what?
Do you think he'd get in the team ahead of Saliba and Gabriel? Not necessarily sure.
Not getting in front of those two.
I don't think he's a starter, no, but I think he's there.
Do you know what, though? You could look at it the opposite way.
Tape.
You could look at it the opposite way and say this is Kane's moment, isn't it? To put out the fire of Arsenal.
Definitely.
And we wouldn't want to see that. So but that's the ultimate challenge, I feel, now, playing against Saliba and Gabriel.
Some people
I think
would.
they are really
Arsenal fans wouldn't
accomplished.
want to see it.
Well, it's accomplished. Yeah, you're right, but I don't want to see it. But the Arsenal two central defenders with Declan Rice sitting in front now is as tough as it gets.
It's a great test for them, isn't it?
It really, yeah, definitely.
Jamie, how well do you know your Arsenal history? Because Martin's been telling us during the advert breaks that the Arsenal team of the 1930s would have conquered Europe.
They didn't have European competition then.
Was it Herbert Chapman came in the 30s and revolutionised from Huddersfield, wasn't it? So would have done really well in Europe. Obviously, the competitions weren't about back in the day, but they did come through. And obviously, there's that whole thing of us moving to North London from South London, and we get called Woolwich, or the South Londoners from the Tottenham. I mean, North London were just looking for a good team to come up, so that's why we moved in. But this season, it's probably the best season it's been for a while. I mean, yeah, being an Arsenal fan is great at the moment, but like I said, we know what can happen with these other teams when they turn up, with Bayern, with City, with Liverpool at the moment doing fantastic. I mean, you have to take your hats off to a team that has hardly any players, that they normally start in the team the other week, and they come on and they're playing so well. They performed really well against City. So, Liverpool are a team to watch out with in the league, but in Europe at the moment, I do think we're one of the best, three at the moment. I mean, I know we didn't play that great against Porto, but I think they played well against us. I don't think you can put their performance out. They defended.
I think that's well worth pointing out, actually, that the fact that Porto played well against you.
Football, but they played really well, and they did what other teams haven't done to us, and which is a scary thought. My friend, we were watching the game, and he turned around and said, "What if other teams watch Porto and copy what they do?" Which is scary.
We have to leave it there because with the Europa League draw just about to come. But thank you very much, Jamie, and to all our callers. Actually, loads of people getting in touch today, and we really appreciate it. 03717 223344. You can text us 81089. What are my European laws?
That no English team should be losing in the Champions League unless it was, I think you said Real Madrid.
Or Barcelona.
Or Barcelona, but I'm not sure you'd even put Barcelona in that category now, would you?
Nope.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.